Hi everyone, my name is Daniel.
Hi everyone, I am Mika.
I'm the leader of Sogo Acro Yoga and the creator of EcroShift.
私は恵比寿でヨガを教えています。アクロヨガのコミュニティに参加してもう4年になります。
We are making this video after our first Tokyo Acro Forum event.
今日は私たちは初めての東京アクロフォーラムの後のビデオとして録画しています。
We are going to look at 4 aspects. Number 1, what is the Tokyo Acro Forum?
これから私たちがこのビデオでお話しする内容についてお話しします。1つ目、東京アクロフォーラムっていうのは一体どんなイベントなのか。
Number 2, why are we doing the Tokyo Acro Forum?
2つ目、なんで私たちはこのイベントをしているのかについて。
Number 3, we will look at some highlights from our first event.
3つ目、いくつかの私たちのイベントからのハイライトのご紹介をします。
And number 4, we will have some general reflection on the event and some thoughts going forward.
4つ目、このイベントに対しての振り返りと次回のイベントに向けてどんな風にしていきたいかをお話ししていきたいと思います。So what is Tokyo Acro Forum?
It's a new event with the simple purpose to gather people from the Tokyo Acro Yoga community and beyond in order to have some discussion and basically make the community better.
東京アクロフォーラムっていうイベントはまず東京のアクロヨガのコミュニティをもっとつなげたいっていう思いから始まったもので、そこから東京もしくは近郊のアクロヨガの皆さんを一緒にしたいっていう思いから作っています。で、アクロヨガをするだけではなくてアクロヨガについての思いや考えをみんなで話し合う、そういったイベントです。So Daniel, why we are doing this Tokyo Acro Forum event?
There are a few reasons we're doing it, but one thing we want to highlight here is our main purpose is to make an event that has the intention for productive discussion, that is respectful, that does not include gossip or name calling or talking behind people's backs. We want to bring people together in a very meaningful way and intentional way.
なんでこのアクロフォーラムをしているかというと、私たちがアクロヨガのコミュニティとして話し合いだったり討論をするっていう場になってるんですが、それを誰かの陰口を言ったり悪口を言ったりようなする場ではなくって、いかに生産性を持ってコミュニティを良くしたいっていうことを話し合うイベントをしたいっていう意図があって、意図を持ってその話し合いをするっていうことが大切だと思ってこのイベントをしました。
From now, we want to give you a short recap of the first Tokyo Acro Forum event.
ではこれから実際にどんなことがイベントで行われてたかという要約をお話ししたいと思います。
And also from now, we will probably mostly do this in English as a discussion, but we will make subtitles, so please use that if you need to.
でここからは2人は英語で話していきます。もし字幕が必要な方は字幕をご覧ください。
Of course, we can't cover everything, but let's try to mention some highlights, and hopefully by doing that, people can get some sense of what we did at the first event, and maybe that will inspire some people to join next time, so we can expand this and continue to make it better. So of course, we had several different parts of the event. The main parts included a short introduction, we had a discussion activity, we had a spotting activity, and then we had another discussion. Let's start with the first discussion. Do you want to start?
Yeah. So in a group one discussion, we had the part of everyone introducing each other, like name of course, and the background and experience of the Acro Yoga and the level of their where they are at the moment. And it was really helpful to know each other level.
One of the questions was, what is one small thing that could have a big positive impact on the community? In my group, that was a pretty interesting question. We had some good discussion on it. One idea was the hope that events can feel more inclusive, especially for people who have different levels. One of the specific comments was sometimes the first timer or beginners, they will have trouble finding someone to play with if the general level of everyone there is a bit higher, right? And so finding ways or making strategies to make sure that everyone is involved, that was a point. Another one was uniting the communities, and that was actually a big topic we talked about throughout the event.
Yeah, I was gonna add to that, like throughout the event, we get to know everyone's having the same feeling, that to make the community better and united, because this is our purpose of doing the Tokyo Acro Forum, and we were so glad that everyone was having the same hope and the wish to create the community better.
Yeah, absolutely. Next, we will talk a little bit about the activity we did. Specifically, we did a spotting activity, right? So do you want to mention what we did?
Yeah, so we did two demos. So first one was, you need to create a nice demo of 3 important things about spotting, like a good one. And everyone play is exactly the way it should be, and it was so nice. And the second demo was, you need to create a demo which is not doing the right way. So it was so funny to see, and everyone was acting so creative in a nice way.
The spotting activity was something that I really wanted to do. I always feel like it's a skill that is underdeveloped, and it's always something that is good to think about and to practice in a meaningful way. So doing this activity and adding a little fun as well, I think was really great. Next, we will look at the second discussion in this event. The format of this discussion is as follows. We had 4 different statements. We read the statement in the groups, and we all discussed whether we agreed with it, disagreed, or if we had some kind of mixed feelings, and maybe why. One of the statements was, I don't like it when people only go to jams to learn and never pay for lessons. So why don't we start with you? In your group, how did people feel about this?
In the beginning, in my group, most of the people say they don't really care. So it was like, no, they are okay with the people who are not going to the lesson but only going to the jam. However, after we share all the thoughts, we start kind of shifting toward the part that if a person not having a basic skill or knowledge of the acro yoga and taking a lot of time from the others to kind of giving the mini lessons, and then they can't practice what they want to do in a jump, which was taking their time, and they are paying for the lessons to learn. So we kind of agreed not to have taking.
Right, so the idea there is, in theory, there's nothing wrong with people only going to jams. However, if it comes to a point where it's almost taking advantage of people, right? Then this starts to become an issue, perhaps. And
Right.
I think one of the issues in the community, this is my own opinion, is that where that line is, it's not very clear for a lot of people, and people are going to have different opinions, right? I think it's a complex issue. It's
Yeah.
something we do hope to discuss more in a very genuine and sincere way. In the reflection, we all gathered as one group to just have some general sharing of thoughts, feelings, any highlights from the discussions.
Yeah, interesting to know what's the difference between the English speaker group and the Japanese speaking group.
We didn't mention that before, but part of the format of this event, when we did the group discussions, we did separate into a
Two groups.
Japanese speaking group and English speaking group, just to make the discussion
Yep.
more efficient and for time management. So that's a good point, right? After having those discussions and coming back, we can see some differences or similarities. An interesting part from that reflection was coming back to the question of the purpose of the event. And someone asked, basically, what do you hope to achieve, right? I think a lot of members already answered that in a lot of ways, right? Because we have this word unity, that, and I can't remember the timing, but someone mentioned that. And I think in my answer to that question, that was a big part of the answer, right? It's indeed to unite people in the community. And in that first event, we did have a pretty nice mix of people, right? We had people from some different communities.
Yeah.
A few teachers were there as well. And by doing that, right, you meet people who are in other groups in the community and have that chance to have this intentional discussion. So that's a big part of this. Again, having the intention to come together and have discussion or learn different things that are useful for the community with members throughout the whole community. So I think that's a really big thing, and it's something that came out during the reflection.
Yep. And one thing that I want to mention about is a long experience at Kyogi mentioned that it was really nice to meet in person with the different from the different community, because due to the COVID, like people in the community were pretty separated, and we were not able to organize a big event together with a different from the different community or different experienced people and the level. But it's always nice to gather up in real and to meet and to start talking in a conversation. It's not just like we see in the online post or Instagram or whatever. To actually see and talk and discuss about something with the intention was the key to unite the people.
Absolutely. Going forward, the plan is to do the Tokyo Acro Forum about once every quarter in the year, so about 4 times a year, which means our next event we are roughly planning to do in summer, perhaps July or maybe August.
Yeah.
It's not confirmed yet. We still have so many different topics and different ideas that we really want to hear and to discuss and gather more people to come. So we do hope, if you felt like this is interesting or something you would like to be involved in, please join us. We would be very happy to have more
Yes.
people come.
It's always nice to have anyone in the community. So the new person, the beginner, or the experienced person, or anyone is welcome.
Okay, so hope to see you there at our next forum. And
Yes.
if you do have any questions or any comments, anything like that, please let us know. I think we'd be really happy to hear from people.
So thank you for watching toward the end.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so
Yes.
one more thing.
Yes.
We have been trying to record this for several weeks,
Yes.
and we don't know how the sound is, we don't know how the lighting is. We've had the hardest time
Yes.
getting this recorded.
Yes, finding the location without the dog barking and playing the instrument.
Yeah.
and lots of script, the wording thing.
Yep. It seemed like anytime we would find a place to start recording, someone would start playing a trumpet nearby. We would walk to another place and dogs would be attacking each other and barking. And then the next place, there would be announcements over loudspeakers, and then traffic, and on and on and on. And then the light would be great, and then the cloud would come, and it was just the hardest time ever.
Yes,
But
yes.
we do hope, despite this video, it's not going to be perfect, and
Although we wanted to make it perfect.
we wanted to make it perfect, but it was literally impossible
Yeah.
given our situation and our resources and all those things. So we just recorded on the phone, and no special microphones, no special lighting, no studio, nothing like that. But anyways, we do hope that you found the video interesting and useful.
Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed. Next time, we hope to do it
Yeah.
a little bit better if possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys.
Great.
Until next time. Yes.